Good evening, everyone. Today is Sunday, March 31st, 2019. There's only 3 more minutes until midnight, so I'm going to try to hurry up and make that video. So I'm going to go to 18Z and click hour 48. Hopefully this part won't disappear right here, but it usually will. There we go. I'm going to go into temperature. Now let's compare this to the current run. I haven't really looked at it, but I bet it's going to be, wow, closer to the coast. I expected it to be further, but okay. But this model's not showing any rain. Looks like we're not going to get a storm like everyone else thought, like I thought earlier. We might get a little bit, possibly. Look at the HRRR, the midnight run. Let's look at the mid-Atlantic. So it looks like we might be getting a storm coming Wednesday, so this is going to probably parallel the coast a little bit. And now let's look at the GFS FE3. The GFS FE3 is also showing a pretty far off the coast track. See, this part, this did disappear again. So let me try to see how many times I had to click it to, reset it. So it looks like not showing much of a storm, but this looks a little exciting here. Let's look at the European model now, although it's the Canadian right now. So I am expecting the Canadian to be further off the coast. Let's look at midnight run for Sunday. I mean the midday run for Sunday. So the midday run for Sunday is taking a bit of a long time to load. Let's go to hour 42. Yeah, this is good enough. Hour 1005. I mean, hour 54, 1005 millibars. I think this is going to be a little further off the coast. I'm expecting it to be somewhere over here. Oh, look at it. Just look at it. It's just loading. Huh. Let's look at Icon then. Yeah, that's a good model. So let's look at 18Z. Gotta pause it for a minute for it to load. Let's go to hour 48. There's 1015 millibar low right here. Now let's go to hour 48. There we see 1007 millibar low. You have the storm going up the coast, bypassing New York. If you go to hour, sometime if you go to hour 12Z. Let's see here. I think it's going to be more. About the same. So let's look at here, 1004. So I believe it's going to be slightly further off the coast. Oh, actually a little bit closer. This is the furthest west extent of the precip. So yeah, so a little bit closer to the coast. Just a little bit, but not by much. You see where the edge is, right about here? So about the same. Now, however, the NAM is showing quite a different track. well, same position, but what's different with the NAM is it has a lot more precip on the west side. As you can see by this, just check this out. I mean, this is definitely a possibility too. If that happens, New York's going to get quite a bit of rain, maybe even some mixing at the onset because of the 32-degree line. But let's look at the 3 km NAM. So it's taking a bit of a long time to load. There we go. Here's a 3 km. You have a 984, so this is going to be closer. Might be getting quite a bit of a storm. Look at that. 983. That's quite a storm there. So let's now look at the RGM. Just going to take a quick look at the RGM here. So this is going to compare the 18Z to the current run. So with the top being 48, let's go to hour 52 here. Hour 54. Now let's go to the current run. See, it's right here. So you have this low being closer now, just a little bit, not by much, but let's go to icon now. We already saw that, so let's go to WRF, but that's probably going to be 18Z. Yeah, 12Z. Wow, this model takes forever. Yeah, the RF models just, they take forever to load. Yep, so let's look at some volcanic activity right now quickly. Let's look at Magma Indonesia. Oh, this is from yesterday. Krakatoa had a few eruptions yesterday. Even Cinnamon had a possible eruption here, but that could have been an earthquake. Possible eruption here in Gamalama. Some more eruptions at Sangiangati. And look at that, here's an eruption at Krakatoa. Some small eruptions at Merapi. However, Agung seems to be silent right now. Let's go to USGS. See if there's any earthquakes near Cinnabung, because that right there might have been an earthquake. Let's look at Indonesia. Any earthquakes near Cinnabung? And wow, look at that. Quite a swarm there. So there's been an earthquake just in the past 28 minutes. So these are all swarms related to not a subduction zone, but this is a strike slip event right here. Possible volcanic activity here. Considering that, let's look if there's been any other earthquakes. Except this one's 4.4. And it looks like, yes, there has been an earthquake near Cinnabung right here, 4.6. That might have been what I saw. That was at 1831 UTC. And that right there is, so yep, that was the earthquake that you saw near Cinnabung. So that was not an earthquake. I mean, volcanic, that was an earthquake. Righty, so let's look at a small earthquake event near Salt Lake City 2.0. Nothing extreme, but it looks like it was related. a pretty significant 3.8, and the negative depth, which means it was above sea level, near the Clear Lake volcanic field. This is because of hydrothermal activity. This is because of geothermal plant. There's also a magma chamber right underneath here related to the Clear Lake volcanic field. There's a magma chamber right here. This is related to a hydrothermal event, hydrothermal pumping operation here, geothermal. These are man-made quakes, all of them here, because you're not seeing any earthquakes near the volcano itself, but near the geothermal plant. And let's look at Europe now. That big earthquake swarm of 5.0, and Turkey had a 5.0 and a 4.3, 4.4 actually. Greece had the 4.3 there. This looks to be along a strike slip, 10 kilometers, but it could be related to this. Yeah, that's actually a strike slip fault right here. No, actually it's not. This is actually a subduction zone. That's the Santorini/Thera volcano. That's Nicobar. That's Paliakameni, which is the old burnt island. That's New Burnt Island. Both of these are volcanic. That's 2,000 years old. This is the newest lava from this island, or fewer than 50, or only 50 years old. So looking at Hawaii, also had a few earthquakes. I don't know if there are any more DPLF events. As Ben Fiorillo said, looks like there have been some DPLF. Look at these. All of them greater than 30 kilometers in depth, except this one. But it looks like there is rising, because let's look at the past 7 days. Look at this one right here, further south, being at 37. This one is more shallow, 31. See, 40 kilometers, 43, and 37. So this is related to magma rising. So 35 kilometers, this is right here, 34. So all these are DPLF events, except this one here, 28, and this one is 11. All the earthquakes, let's look 30-day significant earthquakes, 5.5. This one was at 7 kilometers. So it could be related, possible, though unlikely. So 6.2 in Ecuador. And well, that's about all for tonight. Thank you for watching. And possible storm, coastal storm for eastern New England. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.